Hello, my name is Jackson Ward, and I am a data analyst in the Office of Enrollment Management at the University of Mississippi. At the beginning of this year, we started the building of a new application management tool for the university. The university was going away from its old student information system, so the admissions office had a unique opportunity to select a new application software and build it for this upcoming cycle. We started it in January and had a successful launch of August 1, 2025. I was very fortunate to start this class on the end of that successful launch, as a lot of the things that I heard about during the project aligned with the objectives of this class. In Module 1, the most interesting thing that I found in this module pertaining to the context of the project I was involved in was the power interest grid. I think it was very easy to identify the key stakeholders of prospective students and their parents, but it was also very helpful for me to take a bigger picture and understand just who all is involved in the project. The admissions office is the first step for students to get involved at the university, and then there's a funnel throughout the rest of the university. So everyone, every department, faculty, staff played a part, and they are key stakeholders. So it made me want to ask certain questions to the project manager here in our office about how he went about building that, who he had to keep informed, who he had to keep satisfied, who he had to monitor and closely manage. Was very interesting to me. Module 2, the scenario analysis, mostly pertaining to the risk analysis, was very important to me. We started this application launch, and our implementation partner told us it could be anywhere from typically 12 to 18 months, and we had to trim it down due to time constraints to about 8 months. And so because of that, our project manager had to really be on task and understanding how to say this is on scope, this is not on scope, because we had to launch a minimal viable product, an MVP, by August 1st. As the vendors started telling us all of the software functionality, a lot of team leads were excited and wanted to start building certain processes, but we had to understand that if it was not on the initial scope, it was very easy for us to have scope creep and get in there, and that was a potential risk because it could delay time of launching this application tool. Module 3 was my favorite. I really enjoyed building out the critical path and understanding, just listing out tasks and predecessor tasks for ultimate tasks that finish the project. And so it was really interesting to me how you could, when laid out this way and built with a table, understand what the critical path was and understanding what the timeline was and what resources you could pull from certain tasks and put them on earlier, maybe easier tasks, so you could begin on those tasks down the road that might take a little longer, a little more unpredictable, have more risk. So that was very interesting to me. And then you throw in the human aspect of, well, there's people on vacation, or there's people that are sick, or there's other things, day-to-day activities that had to go on that could really get in the way of what the most likely time was, and sort of trending to be more pessimistic. So I thought it was very interesting that you can be strategic in this and understand how to get the project to the finish line. And lastly, in Module 4, pertaining to the admission tool and the application launch, was figuring out how to evaluate the project. We know first and foremost that schedule and cost, or staying on budget, are the most important. In our context, it was really more important that we launched by August 1st. The old student information system was going away, and there was not going to be a way to get applications to students, and so we had to build that first and foremost. So schedule was the most important, and what was it highly evaluated on, which was successful. Of course, budget was very key to stay on budget for the project, but also this chapter was very helpful for me to understand, of thinking about all of the advantages that this system brought. Right, the old way of processing applications in the system was very time consuming. There was a lot of human error, a lot of human need to work on these things, not much automation. This new application tool offered more efficiency, less errors, more automation, to where it takes a lot less time to admit a student, which then turns into admitting students quicker and getting them involved in campus and receiving communications and being marketed to earlier in the cycle. So it's really cool that this chapter taught me how to understand that evaluating a project is more than just budget and schedule. It's about what benefits can this bring our office and the university as a whole. I really enjoyed this class. I appreciate you letting me be a part of it.